One of the challenges of being an entrepreneur and going into an investor meeting is you feel intimidated because they have so much money and you're like, what do I got? My idea. But actually, that's not the way to be confident and to be powerful, because you've seen the opposite too. For example, on Shark Tank, you might see where the investors are fighting over each other to get invested into the entrepreneur who just pitched his product. So what is it that differentiates the power dynamic of an entrepreneur who's walking in trying to show the investor they're good enough versus an entrepreneur who the investors are fighting over? And I'm just going to give you 3 quick tips on how to be more confident and more powerful in this dynamic between entrepreneur and investor. Number 1 is that powerful entrepreneurs focus on a goal when they walk into a situation. And as a result, if you're going into that meeting and you can think of, well, my goal will be to discover whether this investor is going to be a good fit for the company as a partner, and also to make sure that you're a good fit for them. So that goal of fit, just as if you were going into an interview setting with a potential employer to find out if there's a good fit, that goal will ground you and help you appear more confident throughout that pitch. Conversely, the opposite is a weak entrepreneur will go in trying to essentially, they're focused on impression management, getting the investor to like them. And you can see that's a weak position, trying to prove yourself as if the investor is some big judge of the quality of who you are. So number 1 is goal focus. Number 2 is really framing the situation and also being fact-based. So entrepreneurs who are powerful, what they tend to do is they tend to look at the facts of the situation to determine, what is the problem, what is the solution, how are we going to market? Very focused on the facts. If they get an attack, the attack is not framed on themselves. They don't get defensive, right, and try to prove themselves or something, which is impression management again. Instead of doing that, what they're doing is, okay, well, here are the facts. Let's take responsibility for what's going on. And that shows power because you're really dealing with the solution and the problems of a real startup rather than trying to have some subjective evaluation of how good it is or whatnot. And number 3 is to go in with a sense of curiosity. Curiosity is an information-seeking way of being, which is focused on determining a goal. So for example, if you're going in there to find out it's a good fit and you have that sense of curiosity as you're pitching, right, to make sure that it's a good fit, that information-seeking is powerful. Conversely, the opposite of information-seeking is to prove you're freaking awesome. And if you're there to prove yourself, well, that's impression management, right, which is weak. So if we think about these 3 tips, 3 takeaways for you. Number 1, go into that meeting with a goal focus. Whatever that goal is, don't go in there trying to impress somebody because that alone will psych you out and make you appear weak. Number 2 is frame that situation, stay factual, be responsible for the facts around what's going on with the situation. Don't think about it as something personal. Don't take attacks personally for you, even though it's your baby. You must depersonalize it. And number 3 is ensure that you're going in with a sense of curiosity and to learn at the same time as pitching. And that will come off as somebody who is self-directed as opposed to trying to impress others. Good luck.